Hey guys. So, today I finished DMC 5. There it is. I'm going to review it, sort of. Just some things that I'd like to talk about, how my experience went. Overall, it's a great game. Uh, Here are some talking points. I'm just bring them on screen. I was thinking maybe I should just keep them off screen, but we're going to bring them on screen here. Alright, so, like I said, it's a great game. First things first. Fantastic game. Recommend it. It is a little short, but I mean, I've only done one playthrough and there's more content. There's also a DLC and blah blah blah. That's not the point. Okay, so some things to talk about. Combat. The combat in this game is why you play the game. Okay? It's fantastic. It feels great. There's actually three different characters, which we have here somewhere. Here we go. This one. Um, and they all have completely different playstyles. Like, absolutely different. V is like a summoner. He's probably the weakest of them. You can basically just mash buttons and you'll be okay with him. You don't have to worry about combos or any of that. He's definitely my least favorite. V, yes, least favorite. Nero. Nero has different, like, arms that you can change out and get different ones, and you get new ones over time. It's really great. And then he has this system called Exceed, which relies on you pressing the Exceed button during an attack animation, and at certain frames you'll get this gauge to fill up, and that gauge will enable you to do special attacks that are all fiery and cool. That's pretty kick-ass. And then the arms are all very powerful, and you can also blow them up for big damage, and it's fantastic. Nero is absolutely my favorite. Dante, Dante, my man over there, he has like 8 different weapons and 4 different stances. So, wow. Okay. How to play him? No idea. Um, that's something that I want to get better at, which brings me to my second point, wanting to get better. This is a game where you play it through once and you're not very good. Okay, you can't chain combos, you don't know all the cool shit, you don't even have some of the cool shit unlocked, you have to unlock them with the red orbs. And yeah, I want to get a little bit better at it at least, so we're gonna play it some more. And your first playthrough is just like, here's the story. But I think this game would really benefit from a second playthrough where you just really try to engage with the combo system and try to get your style meter up as high as possible. And that would be like there's reason to replay it because of that, really. Um, that being said, there's also an interesting story dynamic where it's not just you're Nero and you're playing through the story as Nero. A lot of the times there'll be multiple characters doing different things. Like for instance, Dante and Virgil would be doing, or not Virgil, V. Who the hell's Virgil? Um, uh, like Dante and V would be doing something at the same time, and after you go through it on Dante, you go over and you do it as V, and you'd experience what he went through at the same time that Dante was going through some other shit, and same with Nero, and blah blah blah. It's really cool. I like that aspect. I don't see many games doing that. So that was really nice. The story is not very serious. A lot of the times the characters are making jokes and, they're just having a laugh, even though, people are dying around them or whatever, and it's like, oh shit, somebody just got impaled by a demon tree. It's like, okay. Well, 4 seconds later, got Michael Jackson dance scene, and it's like, okay, whatever. So the story really doesn't take itself too seriously. That's nothing to worry about. I think that's part of the charm. It's sort of, yeah, it's good. Um, it's good. The enemy design for basic mobs, not the bosses, just the normal enemies. It's very basic, but they're basically just there to facilitate you doing kick-ass combos and looking like a badass, right? They're not really there to present a challenge at any pace. That's not what they're there for. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, but it is something that you should be aware of. They're just punching bags for you to execute your neat combos, really. That being said, the bosses are actually all really well designed, I think. They're all fantastic. They have attacks that you have to look out for and dodge and block and all that shit. So you can't just, you know, mash attack and win on them. You do have to recognize what's going on. Yeah, they're all fantastic. I love the bosses. All of them were great. The music in this game is sort of like a metal theme a lot of the time, and then there's some more hype you up tracks like the Pull My Devil Trigger. If you haven't heard that song, it's really good, and you'll hear that quite a bit as Nero, I believe. I don't think it plays for the other characters, but I could be wrong. Um, some of the characters, like Trish and Lady, like they say like two lines throughout the entire game. They're practically non-existent. Uh, the story's not really about them, but there's not a lot of development going on with the other characters outside of Nero V and Dante, and the main villain. Um, so yeah, there's that. The graphics in this game are usually very good. They're very, very good. But there's also very bad graphics. Okay, so like most of the time, the textures on all of the character models are super high res and look fantastic, but then you look at the environment and it's like PlayStation 2. What the fuck is that? Is that even a wall? Is that a door? I can't tell. It's too fucking blurry. Okay, I probably shouldn't say effing. I'm gonna get demonetized here, but that's fine. I don't have monetization. Haha. At least yet. Um, yeah, that was that. I didn't really like the gold orbs and the continues with the red orbs. That's just more of a personal opinion. Like, I kind of get gold orbs, but essentially, you can just resurrect multiple times during a fight if you have a whole bunch of currency, and that's not something that I care to do usually. Um, it just feels a little bit cheap. Like, boss got me, but I can resurrect again and again. And that's not. I mean, it is a mechanic in the game that they intend you to use, but it's not something that I enjoyed too much, so I kind of avoided it a little bit throughout my playthrough. Uh, that's something I wasn't a big fan of. I prefer to just like start the boss fight, and then if I beat him, I beat him. If I don't, then I restart and I go again. That's how I play games. So yeah, that's how I do that. I played on Devil Hunter as well, which I believe is the harder one of the two available at start, and then you unlock Son of Sparta, which is this one right here, after you beat the game. So there's like a new game plus mode. Another reason to beat the game, or play the game again. Yeah. So overall, it's a very, very good game. I recommend it. There's also a DLC called Unleash Virgil right there. I don't know anything about that. We might play that at some point, but right now, we're not going to, so I'm not going to promise anything. Anyways, did I miss anything? Oh, I'm gonna upload my playthrough onto the YouTube, but I'm a little uncertain of how I'm going to do that because I think I can only upload 15-minute videos on account of being a standard licensed account, and I need to meet certain requirements to increase that. So it might come in 15-minute chunks, but I think the game is only like 12 hours or less. And that was with me dying quite a few times on a few bosses, so yeah. Uh, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, that's my review for Devil May Cry 5. It's fantastic. These are the notes. That's about it. That's the things I wanted to talk about. Thank you for watching. I'll have other content. Check out my Twitch. I stream all the time right now because it's fun, and yeah, come hang out. I won't, well, I will be very awkward, but I won't like, I won't be mean. You can come hang out. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the other side.